Hello and welcome to the Experiencing Love podcast. I'm your host, Philip Jocks, and I'm so glad that you're here. Just to put a little capstone on yesterday, I ended up figuring out that over the course of nearly every episode put together, I believe from episode 2 on, I've counted that I've said the word just 1,276 times. Now, what you and I are going to do about that information, I have no idea. I just have it now. It is in my brain. It is in a spreadsheet. I'm able to check any word that I want. How many times have I said it? And well, that's it. That's it. I actually don't even know why I felt the need to say it. I think it'll give me a great laugh the next time I listen to this episode. I think I'm going to get a real chuckle out of myself, and why not? Why not give myself a good laugh? Why not set myself up with a couple jokes, a couple pranks in the future? Why not create a little bit of joy? That actually brings up a really interesting point, a great point, honestly, where I could ask the question, if I know something that I say or do will cause happiness and joy and love in the future, if not immediately, should I do it? I feel like, in simplest terms, the answer is yes. And so now I'm trying to think, is there a reason not to? And maybe that's something worth exploring, something worth thinking about, because I see the opportunity here to make a couple jokes, or to be goofy, to be silly, to have a good time, so that I'm not only enjoying the present moment, but I get to enjoy the same moment later on. Maybe the argument could be made that if, in order to get joy in the future, you may have to severely embarrass yourself, I can see the argument being made to not do it. And then I make the second argument, which is, if you're so worried about being humiliated and embarrassed, I'd almost maybe kind of sort of say that you might be taking yourself too seriously. I know that when I think about my times of worry, of embarrassment, it's because I'm taking the present moment too serious. I'm taking the present moment as the decision that decides the rest of my life. And while it may be true that it can greatly influence my future, I guess I ask to what degree. And who's to say that if you do embarrass yourself, that your life would be over? I could think of one time where, quote unquote, causing joy in the future is not the best decision, and that's if that requires vengefully hurting someone in your life. Oh wow, my brain just went down a spiral of what ifs and hypotheticals, and I even just reasoned with myself that maybe causing some pain in the present is good for the future. Now stick with me for a second. I know that might sound a little crazy, but think about it like this. Have you ever had a moment in your life that you were so certain and so stubborn that you didn't want to change, and it was only until you experienced some deep pain that you were able to change, and you learned that you changed for the better? I have a direct experience with that, where I was at a low point in my life, and during that low point, I was drowning in self-pity. I was feeling bad for myself, and it did reach the point where I got comfortable in that self-pity, and the thing that got me out was a close family member being extremely honest with me. And it was so honest that it hurt. It was brutal. It hurt so much that I was uncontrollably crying. Not crying at them, but I left the conversation and just cried to myself because what they said was so true and so real. And because of that, I made a massive change in my life that I'm incredibly grateful for now. So going back to the whole idea of not hurting someone, well, I don't want you to have the intention of hurting someone, but I also don't want you to avoid doing what must be done in fear of hurting someone. I don't ever go out and have the intention that I want to cause pain or I want to cause harm. And at the same time, I will be very honest and I will be unapologetically me in saying what needs to be said, because I don't have the intention of hurting someone, but I'm not afraid of hurting someone. I'm not afraid because so long as my intention is love, I know that the outcome is guided towards love. Because if someone feels like they've been harmed by me, it may be true. And it may also be an opportunity for them to learn, to grow. And if that means cutting me out of their life, I accept it. Honestly, I value your growth and you experiencing love more than my fear of being left alone or feeling lonely or feeling abandoned. I don't feel abandoned anymore because I now see even the people who have left my life were gifts and their leaving was a gift. So maybe I could be that gift for someone else. I'm grateful for everybody who has taught me a lesson in my life. One of my top values right now is learning and growth. I didn't realize how much of a value it is until I started this podcast. I value learning. I value growth. I value connection. I value love. Everything I do comes from love. Everything I do consciously comes from love. There's still times that I react out of fear, and that's natural. We all do it. And I'm so grateful that since I've started this journey, I've been getting better and better at questioning my reactions or questioning even the thoughts I have before a reaction and deciding if it's a reaction out of fear or a reaction out of love. It's one of my favorite skills right now. God, I love it. God, I love being here and learning and growing. Oh, I just had another thought. It's going to be so funny if a year from now I'm re-listening to these episodes and I just have the thought, dang, I just do not stop talking about X, Y, and Z. I think one of those things I'm going to fill in the blanks with is definitely the words learning and growth, maybe even love over fear. Depends how much it becomes a part of who I am and what I do, right? Like if I'm still talking about it then it'll only feel relevant. But if I haven't talked about it for a while and I listen to these episodes and I'm 90 episodes deep listening to the same thing every day, well, I'm going to learn a lesson. That's for sure. I'm going to have takeaways and I'm going to use it to make my content even better. I was incredibly productive today, and I think very soon I'm going to be posting on social media more, and that's exciting for me. I've avoided it for a long time. I tried it about 3 or 4 times throughout 2024, and it's now April of 2025. I'm ready to give it one more shot because I know the problem isn't social media. It's my system and my strategy towards it. I just need to find what works for me so that I can remain acting out of love, learning, growing, being efficient, and doing more of what I love. I don't plan to spend that much time doing social media, say every day or every week, but I know I want to do it to reach people. I want to reach more people, market myself, show people that I'm here. I want to show people that I'm here because I know what I want to do is to spread more love. And because I know that what I sell and what I talk about and the value I bring to the world can truly help someone, it's a disservice if I don't help, if I don't market myself. Because there may be one person, actually, I'll say there definitely is at least one person who's waiting to hear what I have to say and just hasn't found me yet. The algorithm didn't pick me up and drop me in front of them, or I haven't spoken in a way that caught their attention yet, but eventually I will catch their attention. I just know that there's so many people I thank for doing what they do now. These people have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers. So my thanks get easily lost in the waves, but it's still there. I'm grateful for the content they create and the energy they put out into the world. I know that I want to do the same thing. I want to do it in my own way. I want to be different, but I want much of the same impact that many of the greats have and have had throughout the world. Like always, I had no clue the episode would go this way, and I'm glad it did. I hope you've had a wonderful day so far and continue to have a wonderful day. Remember to always fill up with the love, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I love you.